Hey, thanks for joining us again on the Myth and Precious channel, where we like to make crazy things, anything geeky and nerdy. That's right up our alley. We work with leather, wood, metal, stone, all the good stuff. Our brands are Nemesis Gear, Steampunked Out, and Noxolo, which again is where we're at, as promised, continuing the series of 8 new woods that we're doing for wand making today. And we're getting close to the end. This is the last Aspen wand that we're doing here today. And I've kind of skipped ahead in this video, and we're just picking up. If you want to see how I start the wands, you can watch the previous Aspen video. But we're going to save time because this special edition we're going to be doing some pyrography, some wood burning on. And so we're kind of speeding through the first part of that. The basic process is we get it round, we make the blade of the wand down to about the right size so we can feed it into the chuck jaws. And then we're picking up right here where the good interesting stuff happens here in the shaping of the handle. And we're gonna do that. While you're watching the shaping here, I do want to remind you that if you like the videos, you can certainly subscribe to the channel and just slide down there and hit that button and make sure that you ring that bell, and that way you'll get notified anytime that we have new videos. We do have, after this video, in the next week or two, we are going to have the final 2 videos on this 8 wand or this 8 wood series of videos that we've had. And that is going to be that all precious, super blackest wood you can get, Gaboon ebony, super pricey, kind of hard to find and get a hold of in the right sizes for wands anyway. I have a hard time with it. So make sure that you stick with us to check that out. And if you missed the previous video, I'll sum up really quickly what I learned about Aspen. This is the third wand that I've done with Aspen. It's a very soft wood. It's very lightweight. It almost doesn't even feel like you have it in your hands. So that comes with some pluses and minuses. It does burn with the friction burn on the wire very easily. The torch doesn't work great because it's so soft. It just it ignites and just goes into flame and burns to a char very quickly. So that's definitely not something that I wanted to do. It also didn't have a strong reaction to the ebonizing fluid. So but anyways, it doesn't polish up like you. I once I sanded this past a 320 to maybe a 500 grit, you really can't tell the difference. Beyond that, the wood is just soft enough that the grit and grain on it is soft enough that it doesn't get that glassy smooth finish that some of the more dense woods has. So, but anyways, we did kind of skip through here. And we're at the point now where I did not part the tenon off of this because it's just easier to do the wood burning when it's supported. The wood is supported, especially since it's such a soft wood. I'm going to be kind of pressing on it. So what I'm doing is I'm using the indexing wheel that I designed and printed on my 3D printer. And it just allows me to basically grid off the handle so that I can put these spiral lines on here. And then I'll use the wood burner. This is actually a pyrography tool. It's a little step beyond a wood burner. You can actually have more control. You can set the wattage on it, which is important because this wood is so soft and it's so easily burned that I found that having it up to what I usually set it to, it just burns too quickly. So setting this at not as hot of a temperature so I can put these lines in, it really worked out a lot better for that. So it's definitely a handy tool to have. I don't think I got the top of the line model. The dial is really touchy, like you just touch it with your finger and it starts jumping around on the numbers. So it's kind of finicky to set. But you know, for what I do, it's nice because it's got different tips that you can swap out, and it does work for me. So I won't complain too much until it goes down on me and I have to get something a little bit better. But we're just doing a couple of different tips here. You can see I use just a ballpoint tip to put in the little dots around that transitional point between the handle and the blade. And then we're just going to put in like 3 interesting spiral designs here on the handle. And I kind of like this. So it's not just like a one even set of spirals going all the way around. It's just a nice little three close together lines, and then a wide gap. And I think that that works really nice for the design on this. So overall, really was pretty happy with how it worked with the wood burning. And this video is going to be pretty quick with it's not a super fancy design on here, and we just have the one wand. So, real quick, just a reminder to sneak down there and hit that thumbs up button if you like what you're seeing here. We certainly appreciate the support for the channel. And I'll just skip over the big long winded deal about being a member supporter and stuff. Oh, I snuck it in anyway, didn't I? Anyway, yeah, so at this point, we're just cleaning things up. We're going to sand this a bit and get our polish up to as far as we can with it. And then we've got to part off the tenon again at this point now that all the work is done on it. And then we'll just do some final shaping on the pommel, and then we'll do some finish sanding. Again, this will finish sand up to about a 500 grit. Overall, I don't think Aspen is the worst wood I've worked with. It's not the easiest to work with. I don't know if I would recommend it as a beginning wood. As I said, I think beech is really good for that. Beech, cherry, walnut. If you're wanting a harder wood, maple, alder, those are great beginning woods. But overall, this one's not too bad. If if you want to get a feel for working with a softwood, it's not terribly expensive. But as you can see, it did turn out pretty nice. We got that oil on there. The oil does darken it up because it's a very thirsty wood. It just sucks up the oil because it's very porous. But again, still, it's not as white as holly, but it is pretty pale. If you're looking for an inexpensive and easily accessible wood, and you can't find holly, this is a very white, pale wood, and it does do pretty well with some different techniques on there. So certainly a fun wood to work with if you want a little bit of a challenge. And here, of course, you're in the studio, you can certainly see that it overall it turned out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with the design, so we'll keep this around for people that are looking for specifically Aspen. A lot of people are always looking for specific wood. So, anyways, we appreciate you joining us. We'll hope you'll join us in the future for those fancy videos that I was talking about coming up soon, and we'll catch y'all on the next video. So, thanks so much for your support, and we'll see you next time.